Yeah, always fun to have a bush right where you need to get to. So sub panels have two hots, a neutral, and a ground. And that allows you to pair the two hots to get 240 because they're out of phase. And you can also get neutral to hot, which will give you 120 per phase. All right, so we have a 30 and a 20 here. This line runs into the house to a double pole that gives us two hots, and then we obviously have a neutral or a ground here that's actually going to a neutral bus. And I don't know that we have. Let's see if we have what we need here. Yeah, so we got a neutral, right? We got a neutral, and then we got a ground, and they put the neutral and the ground together, which is not right. Your neutrals and your grounds are separated in sub panels, which is what this is. This is coming from the main panel where all your neutrals and grounds come together. You don't want to have a shared path to ground, right? Or it's just going to take it, right? So a neutral is a current conducting or a current carrying wire on the opposite side of a 120 circuit. All right, so this panel is crazy or just wired ridiculous. Anyway, so I'm taking this off. This panel is going away. It's actually serving this wire and this wire going through this conduit through this duplex through this duplex receptacle into here. And then you can see that one side of it is, well, that's the neutral, but one side is just wire nutted, kind of, to okay, and then the other one is actually going through the timer, right? So there's another sub panel. You know, when you're wiring a sub panel, right, you got one wire, one set of wires, two hots, a neutral, and a ground, right? Now we have two sets going out. One hot lead is switched and timed. The other one is just live, going straight out there, right? So one side is live, one side is switched by a timer, right? And then we walk out to where they put this the pool equipment, and whatever the hell this is, right? It's all janked out. You see how like it's like barely sitting, like they put a metal, it's just a metal, like sheet metal. Anyway, all right, and then UF cable going, you know, like, yeah, that's not right. And then here's our two cables. Well, this is another sub panel, right? And one side of the hot leg was switched by the timer. So one breaker was switched, one was just live. One of them was feeding this timer for the salt system, and then one breaker here was going, well, the pump motor was going straight to one of the breakers there that was actually timed on the wall. Insane. So we're just getting rid of that. We're going to replace the sub panel on the wall, put a proper sub panel in, wire it up properly, send out one set of, you know, like two hots, neutral, and a ground, one set out here, right? Or actually, I'm misspeaking. We're actually going to set two hots and a ground out here because these two items are running on 220 only. We don't need 120 out here. So basically, we're going to feed this double pole timer. So power is going to come straight into the double pole, line, load, right? And then the timer is going to power the salt system and the pump. They're both going to come on at the same time when you switch this on. So two hots and a ground coming out. Everything else gets capped off, right? So that's how that's going to work. Instead of all of this stupid nonsense over here. I don't even get it. So I'm going to check my wires, ring my wires out, make sure that they're not broken underground somewhere, right? And then get rid of all of this crap. This wire right here was actually live. It was just chilling there live. Like, you know, it shorted out on me when I was like moving the conduit around, because this conduit's not even like glued in at all. It's just kind of hanging out, you know? So that's going to get fixed. We're going to bring that up and move it over into the main panel, or the sub panel here. That's a 1-inch line. And it's odd because it goes 1 inch into the ground here. It goes all the way over there and then stops and then transitions to 3/4 inch. It's just like everything is hamming it. Like anything and everything, they tried to do it. It was like there was like the correct stuff, but then it was all the correct stuff, but all wrong at the same time. Pool's also leaking. So yeah, telling you.